Alright, hello everyone, it's Silver Kyle, and today I have a mystery unboxing for you all. Originally I was going to do my Nintendo 64 collection. I'm wearing the proper attire, but when I got home from work, this was in the mail. So I was like, nope, we're doing this, because I'm very excited for this. Okay, so let's start with the hints. First of all, this is not a video game. It's gigantic. I mean, it could have been a collector's edition, but it's not. It's not a video game. And it's not really video game. It's not really anything about video games, specifically what I have here. But the brand of this is sometimes linked and tied to video games. Very confusing, I know. I recently did a video that had to do with this kind of. The main reason why I got my iPad was more of this. You can see somewhere in the background something that's also tied to this and what this is. What else can I give as an example? This property, so what this is about has been used for certain video games. This brand is the first family that made this company the brand that this is the first family that made this company very popular. And probably why they succeeded back in the 1960s. This brand was then the intellectual property was then bought by another company to make movies out of this property. They didn't do too well with the movies. They tried twice, and they failed both times. But recently, Disney has reacquired this property through a merger. By the looks of it. It's still kind of sketchy, but by the looks of it, it looks like we have them back with Disney. And through Disney, they're back home with the company. If you know, some of you are like, I know what this is, and others are completely lost. So, this is the first family that is now back with Disney, and the movies that they made did not do a good job at all. And really, this property, there aren't too many video games that are linked to it. There's other properties that mix and match with these guys that have had many more video games linked to them, and some actually very good video games. That's about as much as I can give you. And so this is the original set from this family. And it's normally what you would get this in is like a much smaller version of this, and this is a gigantic version of it. So it's going to have a lot more than what you would normally get. Some of you probably have an idea, and this is the beginning of what made them popular. So some of you might have an idea of what I'm talking about. Others are completely lost. But I'm so excited. Also, there might be two things in here, because I did order two things recently. The other one's not nearly as exciting. It's here. Okay, so there's two things in here. The other one, so I just made a reference to another video that I made recently, and this is to kind of protect that. So, this is not what I'm talking about, but I recently, for my iPad, I got a cover for it. And I was going to go with this, like, this is kind of nice. I'll actually take it out. What's packaging here? It's just a plain gray material. Like it feels very soft. Like, how am I gonna open this? I'll figure it. All right. Oh, there's a lot more to it. Okay, so there you go. So very nice, very soft. I like this. It's a nice gray. I like silver. It's as close as you can get. So I have that for my iPad. And I was going to get, there was this one that was like purple, and it was kind of like galaxies. And that was really cool, but I was like, it's going to clash so much with everything that I have in my place. So I was like, yeah. I went with this one. But yeah, when I went to buy my iPad at Best Buy, I think all the covers and cases that they had were like minimum was $50. I picked this up for $15. 15 versus 50. Big difference. Okay. This is the actual thing that I'm super excited about and what this mystery unboxing is actually for. A gigantic comic book collection. This is called the Fantastic Four Omnibus. It's the first one, so it's volume 1. And this is just massive, massive. I am so excited to have this. I have numerous comics that I collected, like individual packs, and that's what I was talking about. This is a gigantic version of all of them. So Fantastic Four is what really made Marvel popular. This is what started, like really made them popular in the 1960s when they first started. And then X-Men as well. I mean, once X-Men started, then they were very popular. But this is the first, they did this before X-Men. And then Fox ended up getting the rights to make the movies for Fantastic Four. They made 2 movies the first time with Chris Evans as the Human Torch, who's now Captain America, which is kind of cool. They were okay. They weren't like horrible, but they were okay. And then they made another one, like a reboot, not too long ago, and that one really bombed. I have not seen it, so I don't know, but I've heard that it's absolutely horrible, and I probably should at least take a look at it. But now Fox has been bought by Disney, and Disney owns Marvel, which means that they're going to be joined together again. And I'm reading comics with my iPad, but I wanted to still be collecting the physical comics. So this is what this is for. It looks like it is massive. I'm going to show you a comparison. And in the back, this is all the comics that are covered here. I love the art. This is the 1960s. This is the Silver Age. Probably a little bit harder to read because it's the 1960s. And from what I gather, when Stanley and Jack Kirby work together, they write a lot. So we'll see how this goes. But just to give you a size comparison, I believe that so this is a trade paperback that I believe is the same size as comics, and so there's a bit of a difference. It is a little bit bigger. What is this? Oh, bookmark. I've done that. Yeah. So it's a little bit bigger, but a lot thicker, like way thicker. And this includes collecting the Fantastic Four issues 1 to 30 and annual number 1. And that's, I wish all the omnibuses did that they just followed, you get 1 to 30, next one after that is going to be 30 to 60, then 61 to 90. But then eventually they started having like a bunch of different, okay, well now we're going to collect like Amazing Spider-Man 313 to 320. And Amazing Spider-Man 362 to 368 with Spectacular Spider-Man 27 to 29 in one omnibus, and you're going from different comics. It's really weird how they started going. I just want give me all the Spectacular Spider-Mans, give me all the Amazing Spider-Mans, give me all the Fantastic Fours, give me all of them in their own omnibuses. Don't start mixing and matching. I've never owned an omnibus. This is, I'm so excited. The thing is that when you were 12 years old, whatever you enjoyed doing when you were 12, you will probably enjoy doing that as an adult. And I read a lot of comics, and every once in a while I got back into them as an adult, but not nearly as much as I am right now, and I'm just enjoying the heck out of them. So, once again, this is absolutely gorgeous. I just love it. It is a little bit dinged. I don't know if you can see that, but it's a little bit dinged. I'm just happy I have this. So we'll take the dust cover off. This is not working for me here. Alright. And then apparently I've got to do okay, so I'll show you this first. Very plain for the Silver Age. This is kind of what they do. I don't think I'm going to do another mystery unboxing. I'm going to move this to the side here. And we'll move Now, because I've never opened this, apparently I'm supposed to kind of let some of it go to the sides. This apparently helps with the binding of it, so it doesn't get all screwed up. I'm just having so much fun doing this, because I've watched like a bunch of videos of other people showing their collections, and they're like, oh, I haven't opened this, and then they do this, and I was like, I can't wait to do that for my first one. And now I can actually open it up and it won't be as messed up. So this is 19. Oh man, I don't want to show anything too crazy here. That's kind of a cool pic, actually. 1960s Marvel. That's Mole Man at the bottom there. That looks like Doctor Strange, but I don't think it is. Like, trying to find something that would be kind of cool. What is going on? There's so much, like, what is going on with this? What is that? And then Thing is like, no, don't talk to me. And then, like, there's some dude so happy taking a shower. Is that, like... Yeah, that is Torch. Like, oh, this is cool. That's really cool. I like the art, kind of. Like, it's not my favorite, but it's cool to kind of see where they came from. That's... Like, it's not my favorite. I do like modern or 90s stuff probably a lot. Or 80s. 80s, 90s, and modern stuff. I don't necessarily know where my favorites would be. Modern's pretty freaking nice. But there's something about when you look at, like... Oh, that's kind of different. So probably a different artist here, because that looks a little bit different. There's a Watcher character right there. That looks a little bit different. I really don't want to get into omnibuses because they are expensive enough. Some other gigantic rock dude who's bigger than the Thing. Yeah, I didn't really want to get into omnibuses, and that's kind of why I tried to probably why I tried to stay away from comics for so long, because it's relatively expensive to get into this. But oh man, and I already have enough things that cost me money. But I think I'm already hooked, and I haven't even read this yet because this just looks so nice. So there you have it, the Fantastic Four Omnibus mystery unboxing. And I think that I am, well, we'll see if I get hooked, but I think I am, because I already want to get The Amazing Spider-Man after this. And there's quite a few other titles that I was looking at. Some of them are, like, out of print, so obviously I won't be able to get everything. But, yeah. Fantastic Four, Omnibus Volume 1. I'm excited. Thank you all for watching. You've been bearded in.
Beardage.